Hello everyone, welcome to the end of day 2 here at Worlds 2010. Rich and Brian bringing you all the roundup. Let's start with draft is done and dusted. One player leads the field, 11-1. Let's take a look at him on the screen. There he is. That is Mateusz Kopec of Poland. What a performance. BDM, what do we know about him?
Well, I know that when he walked into the feature match arena earlier today, Jerry Thompson was like, that's Trophy Hunter. Pretty well-known Magic Online player, considered quite the ringer in those circles. We see him holding a Grand Prix trophy here. He's looking to go for a bigger trophy this weekend.
Incidentally, that trophy came in extended at a gigantic European Grand Prix. Extended is tomorrow. Now behind him, 7 players. Race you through them. Brian Kibler, Eric Froelich, Guillaume Wafatapa, Lukas Jaklowski, or as I was told, Lukasz Jaklowski. So hopefully we'll see if I can get that right as we go through the weekend. Paolo Dama-de-Rosa. 2 names we haven't mentioned so far this weekend have had a great day in draft. Chris Wolf, the Austrian, I think this is his 3rd Worlds, and finally Love Jansa from Sweden. So they're the 7 just behind, but in a way, the number of losses that really count, BDM, is 4. Over to you.
Well, we have a pack of people with 3 losses, including some names: David Williams, Samuel Black, Guillaume Matignon, all players with 3 losses. They probably have 1 loss they can give away and extended tomorrow.
Yeah, 1 foul to give.
One foul to give. Everybody else is in foul trouble.
Yeah.
Okay, that we're going to talk about. 4 losses, you're essentially in the bubble bracket. You might be able to draw in the last round, depending on your tiebreakers, depending on where the moon is and the tides.
Yeah,
but
Adam Koska last year, 13 wins, 4 losses, 1 draw, finished 9th on tiebreaks.
But the first 5 rounds of extended tomorrow, you need to win them all if you're a name that I'm going to mention in the next couple seconds here. So, 25-pointer, we have Martin Yuza, but 24, Pierre Canali. Great day of standard, dreadful day of draft. He went 6-0, 2-4. He says he has a great extended deck for tomorrow. He's going to need it.
Can't wait to get back to extended.
Yeah. Matt Sperling, Anton Janssen.
Wow, just missed out on the Hall of Fame this year.
Yes, he did. He did, maybe people should have voted for him. I voted for him.
I voted for him.
Anton Janssen at 24 points. Can he get, 5 more wins? My pick, Christian Calcano.
For Rookie of the Year.
My Rookie of the Year pick. Kazuya Mitamura, winner of Pro Tour Honolulu.
The Chief, yep.
We got Josh Utter-Layton, the U.S. national team captain, followed closely behind by Anthony Easton and Conrad Kolos, who are both also X and 4.
So they're the whole U.S. team?
The whole U.S. team is
8-4.
X and 4, yep.
That's great. Good achievement.
Yeah. Michael Jacob, former U.S. national champion.
And he went 6-0 in extended last year to finish top 16.
Here's a name that's going to be kind of important for our next segment that we're going to be talking about. Shuhei Nakamura has 8-4.
Mm-hmm. He was 3-3 overnight, so he's like 5-1 draft?
Yeah, that's pretty good. And then, we have a member of the Nelson family.
Oh, yes.
At X and 4.
But not Brad.
Not Brad, and not really a Nelson. Corey Baumeister, Brad's brother, is X and 4. He's got some pretty rough breakers. He's dead last as far as the X and 4 players go.
All right.
But, could still prove a spoiler in a certain race that we're going to talk about now.
Let's talk about that certain race. It's Player of the Year. Remember, as we came in, Brad Nelson led the way by a huge 15 points. Now, he is 6-6. Functionally, he is well gone from top 8. He isn't gone from top 100, maybe top 64. Who knows? And that could be really, really critical. But all you really need to concentrate on as we end day 2 is top 8 is no longer possible for Brad Nelson, shy of about 280 DQs on day 3.
Right.
So he's gone. Now, let's see what that means to the contenders. Next up, we have Paolo Dama-de-Rosa and Martin Yuza. These numbers here, the 10 wins and the 8 wins, are big. They are big news.
Huge cheer from Brad Nelson when Eric Froelich defeated Paulo in the feature match area.
Yeah.
Towards the end of today.
Nonetheless, with only 2 losses for Paolo, what you're looking at there is that on day 3, with what sounds like a very interesting extended deck, 3 wins, 2 losses, and a draw may well put Paolo into Sunday for the top 8. If that happens, Player of the Year will go to Sunday.
See this trophy here? See that trophy? He won that trophy this year. generally when you win 2 Pro Tours in a season, you get to be Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Not always.
No.
But generally, and certainly this week, if you win your second Pro Tour,
Yeah.
you're going to get to be there.
User, meanwhile, in exactly the same position as Paolo. If he can make the top 8, he will send Player of the Year into Sunday.
Remember, he's already got that tricky draw.
Yes.
So he's not going to look to get one at the end of the rounds. He needs to win.
Yeah. He's basically
A lot.
needs to go 5-1
Yeah.
tomorrow to make top 8. Let's go down a notch to the 2 Japanese players. Now, Yuya Watanabe, gone. The Player of the Year will change hands this year. At 6 wins, 5 losses and a draw, he cannot now make top 8. However, Shuhei Nakamura,
8-4, fought his way back up. We thought he was out of this at the end of the day yesterday. He scratched, he clawed, and he, drafted really well. And now he's in a position to rattle off 5 straight wins, make top 8, and throw his hat into the ring.
All right, now the last 3 contenders all need their teams to do incredibly well as well. Let's meet them once again. We have Guillaume Matignon of France, Josh Utter-Layton of the United States, Su Qingguo of Taiwan, but fare thee well, Su Qingguo, 5-7, poor day for him. The Taiwanese team quite the way down, 25th place in the standings. Let's talk about Josh.
Well, like we said, every member of the U.S. national team is 8-4. They have a lot of points, and they are leading the team competition. So the extra points that would come from teams are on the table for Josh.
Yeah, and he would get 6 from winning the Team World Championship on Sunday morning, and he would then get another 25 if he were to win the individual. That would give him 31 on the weekend. Brad Nelson, round about 4, 5, maybe gets as high as 6. It's still live just for Josh, but the big number on this screen is this 4 here for Josh, because the 5th one, remember, BDM saying the 5th loss kills you. So Josh can't afford any more losses. Guillaume Matignon of France. France are in 11th in the team contest. He needs them to win. But at 9-3, he's in good shape. He has a loss to give. So that is the Player of the Year race.
Only 2 more rounds of teams left to be played.
Big morning tomorrow with the 2 team rounds. Let's take a look at how the team stood at the start of the day. This is how it looked. We had Poland, the Slovak Republic, and in 3rd place was Mexico. Today, there have been no team rounds, just 6 rounds of individual, but that's a total of 18 matches for each team, as it were. The 3 team members all add their points together. Let us see what we have ended up with at the end of day 2. That is still Poland. That is still the Slovak Republic, and that is USA, and every single one of them are tied on 81 points. Wow.
Austria is right behind them with 78, and Mexico has held fast. They are in 5th place with 75 points.
And I've got to say, just looking at the standings here, 74, 73.
We don't need to go below 8th place.
And tied for 8th at the moment is the United Kingdom, who are still within a round.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And it is so tight. Listen, the 2 team rounds tomorrow, 9 points for each round, 18 points swing. You go 0-2 in the 2 team rounds. Suddenly you're nowhere. You win those 2, everything changes, and it's so hard down the stretch to claw those points back, because if your team goes even 3-0 in a round, if your opposition go 2-1, your net gain just 3 points. So tough to claw that swing back. So a massive morning ahead, and then of course 6 rounds of extended. It's going to be quite a day.
It is going to be quite a day. Extended is an interesting format. There seems to be a lot of scheming and brewing going on right now. We had Akira Asahara yesterday go 4-0 in the Magic Online Championship Series within the extended portion, playing a deck which seems to have sent ripples throughout the room. It was a deck with Bitter Blossom, blue-black control, not a fairy deck, because he had no creatures in his deck other than Emrakul, the Aeon's Torn, which he would get with Polymorph.
Obviously.
So, pretty exciting deck. Seems to have had some ramifications. Again, we don't know what this new extended format looks like fully. Time Spiral block is gone.
Yep. No mystical teachings.
Scars of Mirrodin is in.
Yep.
And Pierre Canali promised that he has an exciting deck. Conley Woods has said, look, I know I'm out, but you want me for a deck tech tomorrow. We've heard this from Conley before at Worlds.
The
but I think this time it's the real thing.
There were a lot of oohs and ahs when we heard about Conley's deck. It's
Yes,
fair to say.
absolutely.
So we will look forward to bringing you all the technology, bit of legacy in the morning, tons of extended through the day, and then we gear up for the best day of the gaming year. It'll be Super Sunday on Sunday, wherever you are around the world. Thanks for joining us through the first 2 days. It only gets better from here. For the Pro Tour historian Brian David-Marshall, I'm the Pro Tour statistician Rich Hagon saying bye.